Now students, today, for the spelling test, there will be 10 words, and these are the words that will be on the spelling test. First, we're going to review them to make sure that you know exactly what all these words mean, and that you know how to use them in sentences. Sound good?
Yes.
All right. Now, I am going to say what a word means. Raise your hand if you know which of these words I'm talking about. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. The first word means to make babies or make new plants. Ishan? Reproduce. Very good. And what kind of word is that? Noun, adjective, verb?
Verb.
It's a verb, right? Something that animals and plants do. So that's a verb, and is the word reproduce. Does every kind of living thing reproduce?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, of course. That's what living things do. Living things are born, they reproduce, and they die. It's just the way life works, to reproduce. But different kinds of plants reproduce in different ways. Now the next, we talked about seeds coming from flowers last time, but today we're talking about a different way that simple plants reproduce. They make these tiny one-celled things that come out and can grow into new plants. Anybody remember what those are called? Jason?
Spore.
A spore. And what kind of word is that?
Now.
It's a noun. So we have a noun, it's a thing, and it's a spore. Okay? And as I told you before, when we looked at this stuff right here, you can see the tiny little things at the top, right? Coming out. Anybody remember what those things are called? Those little things, I drew one, it was sticking up with spores inside. Yes?
Capsule.
Capsule. Each in your star today. So inside the capsule are the spores. And what kind of word is capsule?
Now.
It is a noun. Exactly. So we have a capsule. Inside the capsule are spores. Now, Samantha, what kind of plant did I just show you here that has capsules and spores? Moss. Thank you very much. And what kind of word is that, Samantha? Is it a noun, a thing? A noun, thing. So here is moss. Moss is a noun. And where does moss grow? Where would you find moss growing? Yes? On rocks? Sure. Would it grow in places with lots of sunlight or only a little bit of sunlight? A little bit. Would it grow in places that are very dry or very wet? Wet. Now what word on here means a little bit wet? Tommy, do you know? A little bit wet. Susan, you got it? Damp. Everyone say it with me. Damp. Now damp, what kind of word would that be? It describes a noun, so it's an adjective. A-D-G. Okay? So damp. Now, where's a place you could go that would be very damp? Yes? In a rainforest, definitely would be very, very damp. Would even forests sometimes be damp?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Yeah.
In the mountains.
Mountains can be damp too, especially when the clouds are very close to the mountains.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, over here I have another kind of plant. Now this is another example of a simple plant. It might look like this has leaves, but they're actually just leaf-like. They're not leaves just like we think leaves are. They don't have real stems like we think, and they don't have real roots. Now this is not a real plant. This is plastic, okay? Because we have to keep it inside all the time, and it doesn't get any sunlight. So, does anyone know what this plant is called? Jason. This is a fern. Try not to tip this over. Stay fern. Okay, this is a fern. And a fern, thank you, Jason, is a noun. Now a fern, one of the other words in your schedule talks about one of these pieces of fern, one of these long pieces. Yep. A frond. Thank you, Melody. A frond is also a noun. So these kinds of plants that have these long leaf-like pieces with lots of individual tiny things on it, okay? These are called fronds. That's a good one. Germinate kind of goes with the word reproduce. If I took a seed, what would I need for a seed to start growing? Water? Now you don't always need soil because it has food inside. No, you don't need sunlight because the seed can be underground. No, not really. Two things.
Food.
No.
Water.
Water and
Heat. Warm.
warmth. Water and warmth. So when a seed has water and warmth, it will do this. This is a verb to germinate.
Oh, I know what it is.
So germinate means starts to
Grow.
starts to grow. When a seed starts to grow, we call it germinate. Now sometimes when a plant like has a capsule or a flower, when the seeds go and go out into the world, there's a word on here that's a verb that means to make things go like that. Susan, spread. That's right. There's spread, and that is a verb. That just means to move things around. And the last word on here you probably don't know. Sometimes we can take a plant, and to make a new plant, we don't need seeds. We don't need spores. We can actually take part of a plant, we can
Oh.
go like that, we can stick it in some water, and new roots will grow. And that piece of the plant is called a cutting, okay? And that is a noun. A cutting is just a piece of a plant that will grow into a new plant. Only some kinds of plants can do this. Pardon me?
My mom do that.
Your mom does that? Sometimes it's easier to do that than it is to grow from seeds or anything else.
Yes, my mom do that.
Yeah, sure, I do it too, some of my plants. All right, those 10 words are gonna be on your spelling test. I will give you the next 3 minutes to study. Sound good?
Yes.
Excellent, get to it. Any words you don't understand, please write on the bottom of your schedule 5 times. We'll add it on there.